Hello and welcome back to Creative Pet Keeping. My name is Kasha, I am your host, and in today's video we are going to talk about Betta Sororities. And we're going to talk about the pros as well as the cons, as well as how my opinions have changed over the years as I accumulated experience, not only from keeping Betta Sororities, but also learning more things about Bettas, finding more new studies that we can reference, as well as speaking to other keepers and breeders. So let's talk about the pros and cons, and let's get to it. There are two types of female Betta sororities, unrelated groups as well as sibling spawns. Unrelated groups are the most common type of female Betta sororities, and this means that you've purchased different types of unrelated females and put them in the tank either at the same time or at different times. These could be from the same store or different stores, or from the same or different breeders. On the other hand, sibling spawn sororities are a group of female bettas that have been together from the time that they were babies. They are related and their environment hasn't really changed much. The pros of keeping female bettas together is definitely the enrichment and social interaction. Although domestic Betta splendens are a solitary species, they're not a schooling or shawling fish. There was a study done on the social partner preference of male and female fighting fish, and in this study, when given the choice to be alone or with a large group of females, the female bettas actually chose to be in the large group of females. That could just be because fish do prefer to be in larger numbers because they feel a lot safer, and it is also why a lot of fish keepers will utilize ditherfish to make them more comfortable. In this case, the ditherfish are the little endlers you see swimming in the tank. Some of the negative things about keeping females together would be long-term stress, disease, as well as injuries and even death. Keep in mind that when you keep them together, this is a stressful environment. Even if they establish a pecking order and if there isn't too much fighting, there is the constant stress because these are territorial fish. Anytime you keep semi-aggressive to very aggressive fish together trapped in a little glass box, there is always room for problems because the fish do not have the option to escape. So it is up to the fish keeper to be super diligent to be able to intervene when necessary. So personally, I've experienced, as you can see in the previous clips, keeping both types of female sororities, and my opinion has been shifting over the years. I started off being a really big female sorority supporter, then I've had a female sorority crash in a really kind of bad way, and after that I've been really anti-female Betta sororities, and then recently I've sort of stumbled in this really weird gray area where I myself don't really want to keep or try female Betta sororities anymore, and I don't recommend them to people anymore, but I'm not necessarily against them either. So even though I don't recommend them, I do believe that some people can be successful with them. I also really strongly believe that the success rate is very low, and it really depends on your luck as well as your expertise and experience in the hobby, because there is so much that could go wrong so quickly. I know that there is no like official classification of the difficulty level of keeping these sororities together, but I have kind of one myself that I've developed based on looking at the different fish species that I've been keeping. And I kind of categorize different combinations of fish that I keep as either zero risk, low risk, medium risk, and high risk. And that indicates how risky it is to keep these fish together in a tank and what is your success rate. And I believe truly that female bettas in a sorority are what I would classify as a high risk setup, meaning that while yes, it can work, the odds of it failing are very high. Part of the reason why I think there's this high failure rate is due to the hierarchies that they form. Now, there were two studies done, one in 1939 and another one in 1955, that both concluded that female bettas form hierarchies and straight line systems, and these hierarchies do help them avoid a lot of fighting. The downside is because this hierarchy is so specific, any changes to the tank or the tank inhabitants may throw it off completely and reset it, causing more fighting, potential deaths, or just a ton of injuries. This might also be why it is advised to overcrowd female sororities, because overcrowding makes it more difficult to form this linear hierarchy. You're definitely going to have a dominant fish, but because there are so many fish, the aggression does get spread out. And this is a tactic that a lot of cichlid keepers use to deal with their aggressive fish. There's actually a pretty cool Reddit post on the Betta Fish Reddit that was made by Joss Vermillion. I can't pronounce it. I'm not even gonna try, but it's a really cool read. I'll put the link down below for you to check it out. And this is actually where I was able to find a lot of these studies that I was referencing in my research. Now that you've heard my opinion, I would love to hear your opinions down below. Do you love Betta sororities? Do you hate them? Are you kind of in the middle like I am at this point? Have you kept them in the past or in the future? And if you did things go wrong, or did you have a successful sorority that lasted like, I don't know, a couple years for you? Let me know down in the comments below. I would love to read about that. And for those of you who are new to this channel, I would like to also kind of point out that the fish that you've seen in this video are all from a previous sorority that I had in 2017. So thanks for watching my video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up.